Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing world of business, one filing at a time. Today we're looking at Edesa Biotech Incorporated, and let's just say their latest report might have some surprises hidden in plain sight. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8K from Edesa Biotech Incorporated. Now an 8K is like a special announcement for companies. It's filed when something really important happens that investors need to know about right away, not just when they usually release their quarterly or yearly numbers. Think of it as a company's urgent news bulletin. This filing means they are a publicly traded company, meaning their stock is bought and sold on an exchange, and they have to play by the rules set by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC. The main event here happened on the 12th of December, 2025. That's the key date we're focusing on for this report. Edesa Biotech Incorporated is the company in question. They are incorporated in British Columbia, Canada, and their common stock is traded on the Nasdaq stock market, LLC under the ticker symbol EDSA. The most interesting part of this 8K is right here under item 2.02. This section is all about the company's financial results. On the 12th of December 2025, Edesa Biotech released a press release about their financial results for the fiscal year that ended on the 30th of September 2025. This is essentially their official update on how they performed financially over that period. So the company put out a press release to share their yearly financial update. Now usually these press releases are designed to put the best foot forward. What we need to do is dig a little deeper and see what the numbers really tell us about the business. This section tells us what other documents are included with this filing. The most important one is Exhibit 99.1, which is that press release itself. Think of the 8K as the cover letter and the press release as the detailed update. We also see a reference to an interactive data file, which is something newer that helps computers read and understand the financial information more easily. This exhibit is what we'd normally pore over in detail if we were investors or analysts wanting to see the actual financial numbers. Since this is an 8K filing, it's usually just notifying us that the release happened. We don't have the actual financial tables printed in this 8K, but the important takeaway is that Edesa Biotech has put out its yearly results. And finally, at the end, we have the signature. This is where the authorized person from the company confirms that the information in this report is accurate to the best of their knowledge. In this case, it is signed by Peter J. Weiler, who is the Chief Financial Officer. This just adds that layer of official confirmation to the filing. Peter J. Weiler, the Chief Financial Officer, has signed off on this report. This means he is verifying that the information Edesa Biotech is sharing about their financial results is correct and officially submitted. Now let's talk about what all this means. Edesa Biotech is announcing its yearly financial results. This is crucial for understanding the health and direction of the company. Without seeing the actual press release, we don't have the specific numbers like revenue, profit, or loss. However, the fact that they are filing an 8K and referencing an earnings release means they are disclosing important financial news. Companies like Edesa Biotech operate in the highly competitive and fast moving biotech industry. Their success hinges on research and development, clinical trials, and eventually bringing new treatments or medicines to market. When they announce their financial results, investors are looking for signs of progress in their drug pipeline, the success of their existing treatments if they have any, and their overall financial stability. Are they spending wisely on research? Are their clinical trials showing promising results that could lead to future revenue? Are they burning through cash too quickly without a clear path to profitability? These are the kinds of questions that the financial results would help answer, given that this is a biotech company. The most critical financial metrics would typically be related to their revenue streams, which for a development stage biotech might be minimal or non-existent, relying heavily on funding rounds and grants, their research and development expenses, their operating expenses, and their cash position. A strong cash position is vital for biotech companies as development timelines can be long and costly. We also need to consider the market reaction. How did investors respond to this news? Did the stock price go up or down after the announcement? This can often be a more telling indicator of the market's interpretation of the company's performance than the press release itself. For Edesa Biotech, as with any company in the healthcare and pharmaceutical sector, there are significant risks involved. Regulatory hurdles, competition from other companies with similar drug candidates, and the inherent uncertainty of scientific discovery all play a role. The financial results would reflect how they are navigating these challenges. Looking at this filing, the main story is the release of their annual financial performance. While we don't have the raw numbers here, the fact that they are communicating this through an 8K filing signals transparency and a commitment to keeping the market informed. The ultimate assessment of Edesa Biotech's direction will depend on the details within that press release, which would reveal whether their strategy of innovation and development is translating into financial success, or at least a sustainable path towards it. In conclusion, Edesa Biotech Incorporated has announced its annual financial results. This is a critical update for stakeholders. Wednesday need to see the accompanying press release to fully assess their financial health, revenue growth, R&D investments, and overall strategic progress. Key indicators to watch for in those results would be their cash runway, the progress in their clinical pipeline, and any new partnerships or funding secured. Without those details, it's hard to give a definitive opinion, but the process itself shows they are following proper disclosure protocols. Your take on these kinds of corporate announcements is what makes this channel great. What do you think Edesa Biotech is signaling with this 8K filing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deconstructions of important corporate documents. And hey, join our Discord community too, linked in the description for even more discussions. Thanks for watching, and well, see you in the next decode.